Hey guys, Don here. Welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. I'm going to go over this week what are the results from um, what I've seen from my weekly newsletter, um, and I just like to share kind of what's working and what's not working and what I've kind of messed up in the past. I'm trying to help you get your practice just like I'm trying to get my practice each year past the $1 million mark. I think that's a good number. If you need help, reach out to me. I'd love to help with any tips. I do have some resources with the Practice Mastery Academy where I put all my uh, all the trainings and stuff like that I think would benefit you to get it there. And that's where I kind of answer questions and things like that. But I want to talk about the results from doing a personality-based weekly newsletter. Now, if you've never heard of this, this is kind of out there. It took me a while to assimilate this idea. So let me tell you the backstory. So I've heard about the importance of doing newsletters. I've been kind of diligent on and off about doing newsletters. In the past, I used to do a weekly video newsletter because videos were a little bit easier for me. Frankly, I had a set of Google Slides. I put in a couple of slides each week. I recorded a short little video and I sent it out to all the patients. That was working well for me, but then I kind of got burnt out. I got tired of doing it. I didn't keep up with it. I have stopped. I stopped doing that one weekly. I tried a mailed newsletter to patients. Actually, it wasn't to patients. It was to referral sources, where I sent them like kind of a mailed newsletter, and I kind of taught them about stuff. And it kind of flopped. I had a list of like 300 or 400 referral sources, and it kind of flopped. I finally found something that worked. And the reason I can tell you it worked is because I have patients mentioning every week about my newsletter. And they're not usually mentioning about the educational content. What they're really mentioning about now, hold on here. They're mentioning about my entertaining stories. Now I know you're saying, I'm a surgeon, I'm a podiatrist. They want to know about feet. Well, I don't think anyone, including probably you, don't want to hear about feet every single week. So it'd be kind of like if you're getting a newsletter from your eye doctor and they're talking about eyes every week. People don't really want to know about eyes. They don't want to know about feet, but they want to know about you. And I learned about this from Dan Kennedy. He is like a marketing guru, and I was really a slow adopter. And I'm kind of a fast adopter for things, but in this I was slow. I was like, it's kind of exposing me. I don't have a process of doing this. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if people will like it. I don't know what are they going to say. What are my colleagues going to say? What are my partners going to say? Okay, but I got over that. So let me tell you what I did. Okay, my format is I use the notes on my iPhone, and I think of stories. Okay, these might be stories from the past, like when I was a Boy Scout. They might be stories recently when we were remodeling our house and putting up the curtains and it was a big fiasco, or when my kids called the color on the wall cat pee color. So they're funny things that happen in my life. I'm not exposing my family, just so you know. I'm usually defacing myself because I'm like really bad at home improvement stuff, and my wife is better, and so I'm usually defacing me, if anyone, except my wife recently. My kids, they put up a new poster with like Mario and stuff like that. And my boy was saying there, okay, so I'm Mario. My sister is Princess here, and I asked him, well, who's Bowser? And he said, well, that's mom. Mom's Bowser because she's always the mean one. But so like that's just a little example of a story that I include in my newsletters. So the format of my newsletters is I write the stories in my notes section, and what I frankly do is I just put out topics on the top of the notes. I have a notes section that says CMP newsletter, Central Mass Podiatry newsletter, different topics. And then within the notes section, you can do hashtag unfinished. So when they're not finished, I put hashtag unfinished, or then hashtag published when they're published. And a lot of times, like for example, I was driving and I had time, and so I was actually verbalizing or transcribing the story. And so I'm transcribing a story about something over the weekend, and then I send it. This is what I do next. So that I copy that and I put it into AI to have it written in like a newsletter entertaining format. I just say, hey, can you rewrite this for an office newsletter? And it makes it. They put kind of headings in it. Makes it a little bit more entertaining. You have to practice around. So then I take that And the way I do it is a little more complex. Okay, I put it in something called Notion, which is kind of a format. So Notion is a method of like organizing stuff. Basically, it's a calendar with individual documents. So so this is the way I plan it out. You could do it right in your Google Calendar. You can do it in any other calendar you want. You could do it just in a folder within Google Drive or something like that, like week 1, week 2, week 3. And so, but I publish it every Wednesday. So every Wednesday I have all these kind of prepped. And then within Notion, I can say it's like to do, doing, or done, or need to review. So I write it in there, and I can add in pictures pretty easily and things like that. And then once it's done, and what I usually do is I include the initially like a headline, a story, and then maybe a little bit about something about podiatry that we're teaching, some videos, some shorts that we've done, things like that, and then always a call to action on the bottom. Okay, and I keep the same header, and I send it out consistently once a week. And I always put a funny story, and a lot of times I found it really fun to do. So there's a version like I have like my house renovation that we did. We painted. I have like 3 parts to it. So over 3 weeks, they know about me. And I know some other doctors, Andrew Schneider, he also talks about his family and does this. And so I really appreciate the way he does it as well. And it just took me courage to do it. But what is the result? So I've been doing it for, let's say, maybe 4 months or so. I'm telling a personal story. I'm talking about some office things. But the real benefit is like patients are always asking me about my kids. They're asking me about Bowser. They're asking me about cutting my hand on one of these slicers that I wrote about. So they don't say anything about podiatry. They assume that we know podiatry, but they want to be entertained. So it would behoove you to add some entertainment in these newsletters, that generic ones that go out. I would at least put the first paragraph of something with entertainment. Okay, so these are my kind of results. If you need more help, let me know. I'm going to do probably like a master class. I'll put in the Practice Mastery Academy about doing this, just kind of what I've learned from it. But I would love to know what's working for you guys. If you do this, if anyone else is doing this, you can email me, Don at Podiatry Practice Mastery. Or if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Happy to help. A lot of times it's the questions or comments that come from others that help me to make this content. So hope you guys found this beneficial. Until next time, thanks.